Hello and welcome. My name is Jake Scheel and I would like to thank you for joining me. Our program focuses on how you can effectively use color psychology to design better instructional materials. Over the next few minutes, we'll discuss what color is, what color psychology is, how to be an emotional designer, not like that, and how to use colors to design more effective instructional materials. As an instructional designer, teacher, college professor, or even just someone scared of that work presentation you have next week, what we discuss here today will ensure that you are better prepared to engage your learners and create multi-sensory training content. When you're done here, you'll be confident in your ability to define color psychology and describe why it is important in instructional design. Identify examples and non-examples of effective use of color associations, and apply principles of emotional design when creating instructional content. Ready? Well, let's get started by talking about exactly what color is. According to Britannica.com, color is associated specifically with electromagnetic radiation of a certain range of wavelengths visible to the human eye. Wait, what? Let's try that again. Without getting too scientific, light is a photon vibrating in space. These photons vibrate since they are small packets of energy. More energy equals more vibration. Packets with more energy have smaller wavelengths since they are vibrating faster. So more vibration is a smaller wavelength. Now, less vibration, on the other hand, means the wavelength will be longer. When photons hit an object, they bounce off that object at a certain speed, changing their wavelength. That wavelength is now vibrating faster or slower than the original photon speed, therefore changing how the human brain perceives it. When a photon vibrates too quickly or too slowly, well, we actually can't see it anymore. Our eyes are only built to process light on what's called the visible spectrum. This shiny glass pyramid with the rainbow coming from it, well, it actually means something. That's the visible spectrum of wavelengths that our brain can comprehend. What about the waves that we can't see? Well, you've probably already heard of them. Things like ultraviolet light, X-rays, infrared light, and even radio waves are all photons that vibrate at speeds that our brains, well, just can't wrap their heads around. When we look at an object in the light photons from that source are hitting the object, changing their wavelength, then hitting our eyes. Our eyes contain millions of photoreceptors, known as rods and cones. Rods are responsible for helping us see in lower light, but cones, which are more active in higher light, are responsible for capturing color waves. They are programmed by the brain to receive photons of either red, green, or blue waves. Well, why these three colors? Every color that we can perceive on the visible spectrum is a combination of red, green, and blue. That's why they're known as the primary colors on the color wheel. When the light photons hit our eyes, they are vibrating at a frequency that is within the limits of red, green, or blue, and then activate their respective cones. Those cones send the signals to our brain, which then determines what color we are seeing based on the amount of red, green, and blue cones that are activated. Take a moment and take a look around you. What color are your surroundings? If you're in a house or an office, the walls are probably some lighter shades, like tan or beige, or even a light blue. Have you been past McDonald's or Wendy's lately? Ever notice how their logos are filled with reds and yellows? When used correctly and intentionally, colors can influence how you feel, how you work, and even how you look. Cooler colors, like green, blue, or purple, often evoke feelings of reservation and relaxation. Think of pictures of the calm open ocean, with blues and greens in the sea and a clear blue sky above. It's calming, right? Their photons have less energy, so they vibrate slower and have longer wavelengths. Now, on the other hand, warmer colors, like red, yellow, or orange, often energize or enthuse viewers. See these comic bubbles with their onomatopoeia? Lots of reds and yellows and oranges show violence and energy. Photons from warm colors have more energy and vibrate faster, so they have shorter wavelengths. White often signifies openness or freedom, where green may stand for productivity. Fast food will often rely on shades of red to attract customers, but avoid blue like the plague. Where red is associated with hunger and eating, blue curbs the desire for food. You can use these color associations to hack your learner's mind with something called emotional design. Now, all of these color associations I mentioned, each of them incites an emotional response from the viewer, a trait that you can use to improve viewer retention. For example, a 2013 study revealed that using a blue background for slides actually increased learner retention. Have you ever gotten a test back from your teacher marked all over with a red pen? Probably got your heart racing a little, right? That's another association you can use to your advantage. I call it the red pen effect. Red can increase performance on detail-oriented cognitive tasks, such as memorization, proofreading, and tasks requiring attention to detail. Be careful using too many warmer colors though. Too much vibrance and excitement can be overstimulating. If your content is text-heavy, you can use white to provide the viewer's eyes a chance to rest. Black can be used in a few different ways. It should be the default color of your body text, but you can use it to outline or border certain important pieces of information. If you use color effectively, you can manipulate the way your learners think about the information and put them in the proper emotional headspace for your presentation. So, you're designing a brand new lesson and you need it to be a good one. Well, let's talk about how you're going to use color in your new design. First things first, we need to set the mood for our learners. We need them to be calm, focused, and pay close attention to the information we're putting on screen. Take a moment to consider this scenario. Your learners are a group of students that have never seen a fraction before in their life, and your job is to provide them their first lesson. All those numbers, they can be a little overwhelming. What colors would you use to calm and focus your learners? Did you answer green or blue? That's correct. Green, blue, and other cooler colors help focus your viewers and improve their productivity. You could, for example, use green to highlight your learning objectives or frame your slides using a lighter blue background. Let's say that there's a really important set of instructions in a prompt or a rubric for a project, and your students always skip that one particular instruction. How would you highlight it so that it's more likely to draw their attention? That's right. Warmer colors, like red and yellow, are reminiscent of energy and vibrance. Bright, warmer colors, like orange, grab the viewer's attention. You can even use black to outline the location on your screen, or use a black border around an orange or yellow highlight. Now you're starting to include graphics, like charts and pictures, into your presentation. The overwhelming majority of them are in black and white. Even the cool internet memes from 2005 look like they're from the silent film era. Your students look bored. Not one of them reacts when you put a black and white image of your dog up on the screen. What gives? If you're using graphics, they should be in color. Color visuals help enhance retention and recall. So, what have we covered today? Well, most importantly, we talked about color and color psychology. Color psychology is the science of color's impact on human emotions from color associations. Those color associations help format emotional designs. Designs that create an emotional connection between the viewer and the content. As an instructional designer, you can use color associations to increase student retention and recall. Now that we've reached the end of the video, click the link below to take the final assessment. You'll be quizzed on how well you can apply what we've covered today while taking on a series of scenarios regarding instructional design. After completing the assessment, you'll see a form asking for your personal evaluation of this course. We highly encourage you to fill it out and leave your honest opinion. All of your feedback is used to improve future content. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you again soon.